Ladies and gentlemen, comes straight from the mean streets of Toluca Lake. So you know he's hip and or with it. Put your hands together for Mr. Rudy A Boehmer!
Biggest challenge of being an engineer by day and a comedian by night is it can be very busy.
And I'll tell you what my favorite thing in the world is. When people come up to me and say, "Boehmer, that sounds like boner." Because that's awesome. I get to share humor with the world.
Back in the day, when I think kids either wanted to be astronauts or they wanted to be race car drivers, and I was in the astronaut camp. Taking the progression going from majoring in aerospace engineering at University of Arizona and then going to MIT, and then they came to me. JPL was pretty much the best opportunity out there, I thought, so that was a tough thing to say no to. You know, for the longest time I was afraid to tell anyone at JPL that I did stand up, mainly because I felt like I was representing the lab and I didn't really want to represent this place in a negative light.
Believe it or not, my parents have never seen me perform. That's, for the longest time, has been my choice. I think in that sense, you're also representing your family, so I was real nervous about that.
Actually, I'll say this. We were the only Jews that lived in that town. So when we moved, we ethnically cleansed our own town.
There's two missions I think that are really interesting that I worked on personally. One was a Cassini mission to Saturn. I can proudly say that I was one of the first 20 or so people to see the surface of that moon. Another opportunity I was working on the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. This is a high gain antenna that turns so it's always facing the Earth, so it's always spewing data to us. I was involved with two relay lander supports, landed assets. One was, of course, the Curiosity rover that just landed in August, and another one 4 years ago was the Phoenix Mars lander.
Great. Thank you. You did great.
And now that we've established that I'm a genius, what's up with stupid people?
I've known Rudy for about 2 years now. One of my personal heroes, being a rocket scientist and all. You don't get to meet very many rocket scientists, especially ones that do comedy. He's a very talented individual, I'm sure in both aspects. I've only seen him do comedy. I'm not sure if his rockets have crashed or not.
One of the few people that knew I did stand-up asked if we could do a stand-up show on Lab at lunch. It's time everyone, people knew that I did stand-up. I can tell you that my heart was racing faster and faster and faster up until I had to go up there. My heart was just racing a mile a minute. And I went up there and I was prepared, and out came my preparation, out came my words. I think naturally I'm a pretty shy person, so doing stand-up actually forced me to conquer that to some degree.
Yeah! Hey! Thanks. As always. Hey! Thank you.
I think it's a good yin-yang with my job. People have their job and then they go home and they have their families. In a sense, this is kind of my family.
You have these moments of mortality where you're not going to have the people around you for forever. I would like to have my parents come see me sometime soon. I'm not entirely sure when, but I'm going to make that happen. Comedy has been therapeutic. I call it surfing without the water. It's almost like riding waves of laughter. I would say that I'm open to changes down the road. I might try comedy for a little while and then see if I like that as a career. I've seen a lot of people leave JPL looking for greener grass, greener pastures, and they end up coming back. So I keep that in mind as well, that I'm in a pretty good spot where I'm at right now.